All right, y'all. Cooper Flagg has won the 2025-26 Kia NBA Rookie of the Year award, edging out his former college roommate, Kon Knueppe. Flagg received 56 out of 100 first-place votes, and Knueppe received the other 44. The 2025 #1 overall pick averaged 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1.2 steals. Flagg was the first rookie since Michael Jordan to lead his team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. This is crazy. Among his many rookie year accomplishments was his 51-point performance against Orlando, where he became the first teenager to ever score a 50-piece in an NBA game. Rudy, IT, do you think the voters got it right? And I got to just start by saying, when you're the #1 draft pick and all that pressure is on you, everybody's expecting you to be great, it is really hard to actually deliver that. We don't see it at this level too often. But with that being said, there was other great candidates for this. So what do we think? IT, Rudy, did they get it right?
I think, look, first and foremost, shout out to Kon, because he had a hell of a season. He really helped that team be successful this year. And also, shout out to Jason Kidd, man. He set Cooper up to be successful this year. Obviously, it takes talent, it takes mental toughness to be able to produce at any level, especially like we're here, and especially on that team. But, I think it's very, very, very well deserved. He did a lot of great things this year. I think he took some big strides, and, I'm really excited to see how his career ends up.
I agree with Rudy. I think it could have went both ways.
Okay.
All year long, I was saying Kon Knueppe for sure. But the way Cooper Flagg ended the regular season, he had a 50-point game. He really took over games toward the end of the year. It was like you couldn't go wrong with picking either of those guys. So shout out to both of those guys. But congrats on Rookie of the Year for Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just shooting though. It's a little bit of everything. It's defense, it's rebounding. He's hustling, and it feels like he's just getting started, right? My question to y'all is, how much better can this guy get? Like
Cooper?
Yes, the future is clearly bright for him. How good could this dude be?
Well, I mean, we saw, all the tools that he has. I think with him, it's just, kind of sharpening his knives, like trying to, zone in on when to do what, when to make plays and when to go and score. Like that's part of what J.K. did this year about putting him at point guard, because he's did a great job of adjusting and figuring out his spots. But I mean, he's 19 years old.
Right.
He can get better at everything. He's going to get stronger. He's going to be more consistent. Like, this is his job now. His job is to get better at basketball, spend his time playing basketball. So, it's different now. And
right.
If he was here to tell you, he'll tell you it's different now.
For sure.
Well, he's here. He'll tell you.
Tell me, IT.
I think the sky's the limit for him. I mean, even once he gets around better players, the game is going to be even easier. Like, when Kyrie comes back, it's going to allow his game to open up even more. I think most importantly, he should probably work on his shooting all off-season, get that better, and be more dynamic in that. But other than that, like, he has the full package. He's doing it all, a little bit of everything. And like I said, once he's around even better players, it's gonna be tough.
Cooper Flagg, the full package. Love to hear it. We got more coming up, so stick around with us here on Inches. We just heard from Desmond Bane. He had a team high of 22 points. Super humble energy, but I'm going to speak for the fans who are probably thinking this. I'm thinking this right now. You don't become the #1 seed and win 60 games by accident. It doesn't happen. You can't do that by luck, right? So what exactly are we watching in this moment from Detroit Pistons? I have an interesting stat. 3 points in the last 5 minutes of the game. 3 points from Detroit in the last 5 minutes of the game. It's not something we were expecting to see from Detroit. Can you put your finger on it, Rudy?
Well, I think it's kind of the same issue we've been seeing from them all year. They've been able to play through a lot of things. But I think when you get game plans and you want to stop a certain player in the playoffs, it's totally different. The people, the rotations are shorter.
Yeah.
You want your guys guarding certain guys, and it's a level of focus that you have in trying to stop these guys. This is a totally different season. It's really just a tale of two seasons. They've had a great year. 60 wins is 60 wins. You can't take that from them.
Right.
But the fact that, we see the gaps in their team now in the postseason, and we also see the difference between the regular season and the postseason through this series right here.
IT, what about like Jalen Duren, who had a historic regular season as a finisher, all-star game. Now we see him struggling in this series.
Yeah.
Is this credit to Orlando's defense?
I mean, you got to give credit to Orlando somewhat. Like, they're up 3-1. They've been playing really well, been taking advantage of the opportunity. But this is what I was afraid of all season long, was Detroit was going to get to the playoffs, and then Cade would have no supporting cast in terms of production. And it's hard to be Cade the whole year, average 30 points a game and be that guy. But then when they get to the playoffs, Orlando's living with what anybody else is doing, make or miss. And we're not getting enough production out of the Detroit Pistons role players. So even at the All-Star break and the trade deadline, this was what I was afraid of with Detroit. I didn't think that they had enough offensively to be able to get far in the playoffs, because you can't all do it with one guy. And obviously they haven't. Jalen Duran's had a hell of a season, but he's struggling in the playoffs. And it's tough for him. This is the first year where, you know, he's supposed to do something. He's supposed to produce. And I think that's the hardest thing for him right now, because he hasn't went through these experiences enough as a player. That's all he's going through right now, trying to figure it out.
I think he's averaging under 10 points in this series, which, you know, we're not expecting. Now, how do you bounce as a player? You know, when you get into a situation like this where you're not playing your best basketball, you know you can, and your team needs you in a clutch moment like this. How do you bounce back from that?
Well, this is something Isaiah said just a few minutes ago. This is like eye-opening for him. This is his first, you know, things probably came so easy this year for him, and now for him to go through some adversity and not being able to score, have people, like I said before, game plan against him, it's tough. You know, you have to figure it out on the go, but you know what? The best part about it is he has no choice. He doesn't have to think about anything. He just has to play well next game. Tobias Harris, actually, shout out to him. He played exceptionally well, 20 points, but we need our other all-star to step up if we want to win a game in this series.
Speaking of Tobias, I believe he is on the podium right now as we speak. Let's take a listen to what he's got going on. Back on Orlando's name now, but how high is the ceiling for them? Because now I'm kind of looking at, if they win this series, who they could potentially play next, and I'm like, what could that look like for this Orlando Magic team? Because we came into this thinking we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah.
IT?
I think they got action at obviously they got to finish off this series, and then whoever they will play next in terms of Toronto or Cleveland, I think they match up well with both of those teams. So, like, if they happen to win this series, I think the East is just so open now that there's no clear-cut favorite other than Boston. But this is, I think, Orlando's in a good position right now, and they're happy.
Yeah, they definitely look. This is like you said, IT. The East is wide open. It's wide open, and it's been fun to watch. You know, this series has been great. You know, obviously Detroit has an uphill battle if they want to compete or, you know, get in there. But you know, whoever wins this series has a chance to go all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. We talked about that.
Wait, hold on, run that back, because you just said whoever wins this series has a chance.
Has a chance. I'm not predicting anything. Look, I know.
Hold on now.
A lot of betting and stuff. Don't bet on it. I'm just saying.
I want clarification here.
Thank you. We need clarification. No, but it's super competitive. I think any team, it just comes down to strategy and also playmaking. You know, they have a lot of playmakers on the team. I wouldn't say they have the most shooters in the world. They have more than Detroit, but they don't have the most. But, you know, they have a lot of playmakers, guys can get a bucket, and, you know, that's what we need in the playoffs.
Cool. All right, well, look, up next we got big news. Cooper